Hi, everyone. It's Sarah from Grief Advocacy here, and I wanted to come on and answer a couple questions about our Grief Informed Practitioner Certification Program. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Maybe we need to change the name. I wanted to talk a little bit about the value of it for other wellness practitioners and give you a sense of who typically comes into this class. So we have been seeing a lot of funeral directors come into our course. We've also been seeing a lot of community organizations. So a lot of people who are looking to really support people in their community around the grief that they are carrying and experiencing, which is quite beautiful because now we've got this joint experience across at a grassroots level and across all different demographics, populations, cultures, diversities. And so we're seeing a lot of those wonderful people come into our class. And we're also seeing a lot of leaders, which I think is really interesting, seeing the dynamics between someone who's a community doing this for their community and someone who's doing this as a leadership skill. Um, it's really beautiful to see the interaction between those people. So those are typically the people that are coming into this class. I also get asked, what am I going to learn that I don't already know? Um, Really, I'm going to answer this in two ways, maybe three. The first thing is I'm going to level set with you and say that you probably know a lot of the material that comes inside of this class. So it's the material being, if I'm a coach, when do I refer out around grief? What signs do I look for? How do I talk about grief in a way that's inclusive? Those things I think, are fairly general. So we have decided to kind of go through them quite quickly in our first lesson. What you don't have, and I'm broad strokes, you may, but what people come into this class for typically and are really grateful for is this idea of sustainability. I think we're in times where it's very difficult to hold all of the grief of the world. And to be able to build a practice around holding grief often means that us as a practitioner need to be able to have some sort of sustainability practice in order to ensure that we can continue to do this really hard work. And often that's really hard for us to do because we get tired. We get tired of hearing the stories and we just want to quit because it's too much. So, what I think is quite unique about this particular course is that we actually help you prepare that container in which all of the story is going to be held in. We help you do some pre work. We outline what it looks like to be able to hold a container for somebody, but not necessarily absorb the story. We teach that and practice that. And we also then help you after a session. How do we actually disconnect a little bit from this, whatever parts of the story we actually carried? And how do we really connect back into ourselves so that we can continue to do this work with honor and gratitude? So, when someone asks me, what is the most important part of this course? I would suggest it's that. It's how do we actually hold the grief of the world and carry and continue to carry it. And the secret is that we don't hold it. We don't carry it. We hold it, but we don't carry it. So we're going to teach you how to do that. The last thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about is the community in which these certified uh, practitioners come into. It's just amazing. the partnerships, we partner once a week with someone inside of the group, and we do a little bit of a reflection exercise with each other, and then we come back together and we just kind of make sure that each of us are connected to each other. And I have to say, it's probably one of my favorite parts is seeing people inside of the course come together and really bond in a way that we don't typically see in a lot of online virtual spaces. So I wanted to throw that out there, that if you're looking for a little bit of a community to do maybe uncomfortable or tough work together, I think we create a pretty good space to help you have confidence and to contribute to that. And I think that's probably one of the nicest, most humbling experiences of this group is what we're friends and we refer work to each other, and we get creative with each other and we learn from each other. So join us. It's fun and it's groundbreaking and it's important. And I look forward to seeing you there. The dates and everything and links are below. Thanks.